Continuing our conversation with the superintendent of Oklahoma City Public Schools, Aurora Laura, talking about your new initiative at challenging our local lawmakers to spend a day being a teacher so they can really see what it's like. We got a lot of viewer questions about this. Robert says, can you do the same with superintendents? Can our local lawmakers become a superintendent? We have so many that it might just solve the teacher shortage crisis. And we have about 520 superintendents. We had Senator David Holt on our show, and he would like to cut that in half. I mean, that is a huge cost, the administrative cost, to have that many superintendents. Any thought about having our local lawmakers be superintendents along with teachers?
That thought hadn't crossed my mind, but I like it. I would let someone shadow me. I've actually got a teacher who's going to come be superintendent for a day on December 7th from one of our schools. And so I was going to say, I'm open to it. I think it's great for people to understand the perspective of different jobs.
What do you think they'll learn being you for a day?
It'll be interesting. I mean, I think they just, I think it'll be great for her to see just kind of the scope and magnitude of things that you have to handle when you're a superintendent.
And the superintendent of the largest school district, public school district here in our state.
Yeah.
Next one, this is from April. Do your administrators not spend time in the classroom? Ours do. Some of them are teaching classes and they address the shortages, so they are doing 2 jobs for 1 paycheck.
Our administrators do spend time in the classrooms. We're encouraging them to get out, to observe teachers, to give them feedback, but we also have a substitute shortage in Oklahoma City schools, and if there's no teacher at the end of the day to fill a vacancy, sometimes those principals do have to step in to actually teach classes as well.
What kind of detriment is that to the students when there's a substitute shortage as well as along with the teacher shortage?
Oh, it's terrible because kids need a strong teacher every day, and they need someone who has prepared lessons, who knows what the kids have learned the day before, who can prepare to build on that. And so it is really challenging to build consistency when you have a substitute shortage. People are having to cover those classes. And so long term, I think we've really not only got to address teacher pay, but also substitute pay, pay for people at all levels of our organization.
And that was something that was voted down, State Question 779. It would have given teachers a $5,000 pay raise, but it would have also increased our taxes, and so that's something the voters voted down. This one from Dennis, our teachers should just walk out until they are given a raise, period. You've been a teacher. You're around teachers every day. How do you feel about that?
Well, if I were a teacher right now, I would definitely be really frustrated. And I think we have to send a clear message to our legislators that you have to come up with a solution. But at the same time, we have kids in our classrooms who need us to make sure that their learning can continue. And so as a teacher, wouldn't want to do something to jeopardize the future of my students, but I'm completely in agreement that we have to make sure a solution comes out of this legislative session.
Jordan thinks he maybe came up with the solution. What do you think about legalized and taxed cannabis and using the tax money for your schools? Colorado has gained a lot of money, that money going to your teachers and going to the budget crisis. What do you think about that?
I don't know in the end what kind of tax package or financial situation will work best for the state of Oklahoma and what the voters would approve. All I know is we've got to find some way to fund public education appropriately. So wherever that money comes from, I'll support it.
I know that they are working, Senator David Holt is working not to legalize marijuana, but he's working to maybe cut some administrative overhead, and that cuts down on some of the superintendents that we have. So they are working on some plans. That one would actually, his plan would give a $10,000 raise. So maybe coming up in the next legislative session. So we're rooting for the teachers, we're rooting for you guys, and we know that there's an issue, and I think the voters are aware there's an issue too, but we certainly appreciate your time. And you said January 24th is the day that local lawmakers are going to spend a day as an Oklahoma City public school teacher, correct?
Correct.
January 24th is the day. Should be a lot of fun, should be interesting.
Yes, Aurora, and we look forward to sharing the lessons learned.
It should be a lot of fun. Aurora Laura, thank you so much. We certainly appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.